EP53 opening script. Finalist second Proud Korean Screenplay Competition. Original screenplay, Scorpio, adapted into the 123 episode. Epic spy thriller, Beauty Spy War. Episode 53, Kill the HUMINT, Kill Them All. Episode 52 recap. Water beetle, whites of eyes showing. Fist raised. You're a mole, aren't you? I've seen your name on a list buried deep inside. Traitor, you betrayed your country and people. Director Joe's quiet smile. Good grief. Blaming an innocent man. Water beetle lifted clean and thrown into the lake. That knowing, sour smile kept nagging at him. Sang-tae's flying sidekick. Do you know who this person is? Sang-tae Daebomb. There's a secret the two of them share. Off the record, wire him up. Wire him if I say wire him. What? Today's episode 53, late night, a rundown apartment building, room 1407, a skeleton key slips into the lock. Click. The front door opens. Liquor bottles rolling across the floor, cigarette butts piled high in a bowl, a knife blade drawn, moving slowly into the inner room, steam-filled bathroom, behind the plastic shower curtain. A sudden attack, knife and fist, slashing through the air, a towel wrapped around. The knife hand swung clean over and slammed into the bathtub floor. Water beetle bursts out into the corridor, a slight limp, the prosthetic leg rushing toward the subway station, a pursuer on their tail, darting into the crowded platform like a flash. Water beetle leaps onto the train, the doors closing. At that very moment, twisting back out, the pursuer trapped inside, hand reaching for the emergency release. The eyes of passengers watching, closing it again. The train pulls away. Water beetle staring down the trapped pursuer through the glass. This is Water Beetle. Someone was tailing me today. It's definitely the NIS. That stingy little man, not the big man I thought. I'll make a call. Tell them to keep it quiet. Come on, be honest. There's something between you and Director Joe, isn't there? A restaurant overlooking the river. Jeju silver hairtail stew. The worries of the world seemed to wash away. Daebomb say hello. This is Water Beetle. How do you do? I'm Team Leader Kong. The secret history of how Water Beetle was recruited. American intelligence money. A bag full of dollars. Busan port. Crawling with stowaways. Two sharp-eyed candidates. Selected. Water Beetle number 1. Took the money and vanished. That rotten so-and-so. Water Beetle number 2. I want to do something for my country. Infiltrating the Chongrian headquarters. I want to contribute to the cause of liberating the South. A week later, another ideological test. Those bastards can't crack open their skulls to check. Episode 53 begins now. Episode 53. Kill the HUMINT, kill them all. Late night. A rundown apartment building. A sturdy male figure making his way down a long corridor-style apartment. Room 1407. Knock knock. No sign of anyone even after knocking. The man pressed his eye to the narrow window facing the corridor and peered inside. A dining table was visible, and photographs were plastered all over the front of the refrigerator door. He inserted the skeleton key into the keyhole. Click. The front door opened with a sound. Passing the shoe cabinet and stepping inside. A filthy atmosphere throughout the home. In the living room, various liquor bottles were rolling about, and a bowl piled high with cigarette butts was visible. Tacky pictures and adult magazines lay soiled on the floor. It looked as though a man was living alone. The state of tidiness was utterly deplorable. On a small desk beside the sofa, a hardcover book lay face down where it had been left mid-read. Next to the TV, a bag of medicine, a pair of reading glasses, and a necklace were arranged on display. An old current affairs dictionary, published by Donghua Daily, lay open on the floor. The man drew his blade and moved slowly toward the inner room. He cautiously opened the bathroom door. Thick steam hung in the air. There was no sign of any human form anywhere. He pulled back the plastic shower curtain in front of the bathtub. And in that instant, an arm shot out. A sudden attack followed from behind the plastic curtain, and knife and fist tangled together, slashing through the air between them. The bathroom man resisting fiercely, movements fluid and practiced, as if well accustomed to fighting. The man with the knife stabbed several times before being overpowered and knocked down, getting back up and charging again. The knife hand was wrapped in a towel and met lightly, in a sweeping judo-like motion. The towel-wrapped hand swiftly caught the opponent around the neck and locked in. Bending low and pulling with force, the man with the knife traced a wide arc, and was slammed into the bottom of the bathtub. In that instant, the man who had been inside threw open the front door and ran hard out into the opposite corridor. But somehow the walking gait was slightly unnatural. A slightly waddling, unsteady stride. Presently he descended to the ground floor, and moved briskly in the direction of the subway station. A sturdy male figure who had been keeping watch nearby gave chase. He plunged rapidly into the large crowd climbing the stairs. The pursuing figures watched the back of water. Beetle's head through the crowd and changed direction. The announcement chime for an arriving train sounded. loitering near water beetle, waiting only for water beetle to break out of the crowd quickly. With the sound of the train entering the station, people lined up ready to board. Water beetle stepped slightly to the side of the boarding line, not boarding, hesitating for a moment. The pursuing male watched water beetle, wavering to board or not to board, as though not wanting to cause a scene in the crowded station. The announcement that the train would soon depart came over the speakers. The train's doors began to slowly close in preparation for departure. Water beetle was tightening their shoelace knot, looking perfectly unhurried, showing no sign of boarding, as if waiting for the next train. The subway doors slid shut with a soft mechanical whir. Just as the doors were almost fully closed, water beetle leapt onto the train like a flash. Body almost caught in the train doors pushing through. The male from another line also tried to dart through the gap in the train doors, but the muscular build wouldn't fit. He got stuck. The train door seemed to open slightly before closing again, and seizing that moment, he forced himself through. The passengers inside watched anxiously, worried they might get hurt. They barely made it aboard by the skin of their teeth. And in the very moment the doors closed, water beetle twisted their body and squeezed back out of the train. The train doors closing in on them showed no mercy as they shut. The male who had followed tried to open the train door and get off. When it wouldn't open as he wished, he reached down to the emergency release box at the bottom to force the doors open. Catching the sharp glances of the passengers, he paused to think. To open or not to open? Calculating that forced opening would reveal his identity and create complicated problems, he closed the small door of the emergency release box again. The train moved slowly forward. Through the window, water beetle could be seen staring straight at the male. The male inside the train stared back out through the train door glass, as if he could devour water beetle. Water beetle watched the departing train recede and made a phone call somewhere. "It's me. Oh, water beetle. Are you all right? Today I suddenly realized someone had been tailing me the whole time." "Who was it? Someone you know?" "Not someone I know. Water beetle, the North will want to kill you too. I told you to always be careful, didn't I?" "I know. I don't think it was North Korean Security Bureau people." "Not Security Bureau people? How do you know that?" "There's a thing called instinct, isn't there?" "Instinct? Then who do you think it is?" "It has to be the NIS. It seems like it's something they sent. Because of the mistake I made under the influence the other day." "The NIS? Over something that small?" "Yes. That day's incident isn't the kind of thing that would quietly blow over. You brought it on yourself. Even if I had 10 mouths I'd have nothing to say. What got into your eyes that day? If Director Joe did that, that's stingy, that's what that is. Not a big man at all. My feeling is it's absolutely not North Korean operatives. Is that so? If it really was the NIS doing that, it's purely personal feelings driving it. I'll make a call and tell them to keep things quiet. Director Joe must be good and furious. The director will be furious. Pride's been severely wounded. Getting talked about isn't good. I think I made a mistake. You did. But you come on, you be honest. There's some kind of history between the two of you. Isn't there? Things you only say when you're drunk being true and all? What? No. What kind of history could there be? No. You're not someone who just makes mistakes like that. Anyway, I'm sorry. There'll be an opportunity to talk later. Right, Water Beetle. I'll look into it, so for now come to my side. That'll be safer. Right now? Yes, right now. Come. Of course. Where do I go? Let's meet at the same place as last time. The tea was good and we had a simple meal. It was nice. Yes. Understood. A quiet restaurant with floor-to-ceiling windows, looking out over a flowing river. A standing sign read Jeju Island Silver Hairtail Specialist. Sang-tae sat in a secluded private room, with a glass of water in front of him, talking. Should be time for them to arrive. Is someone coming? Yes. My younger one. What? Controller, you have a younger sibling? Hey, what's this controller business? I've retired too, haven't I? Just call me elder brother. Yes. Then I'll call you elder brother. Oh, there they are. Sorry I'm late. Daebom, say hello. This is Water Beetle. How do you do? I'm team leader Kong. Kong? This person is also from the organization? Water Beetle, things were getting tangled, so I called them to help you out. Why do you keep calling people and starting rumors? What rumors? Is this a rice cake shop? That's not what I mean. Don't worry, this is a younger one I trust and vouch for. The food arrived and the meal began. A staff member came in holding a long grill pan with arms spread wide. An unusual sight that commanded the attention of everyone at the table. Placed on the table, the silver hairtail braised stew began to bubble and simmer. This is Jeju silver hairtail caught fresh in Jeju and flown up. Wow, they grow this big? Of course, bigger fish taste better. Try it. It's incredible. Yes. I'll enjoy it gratefully. Right, let's all enjoy the meal. The Jeju silver hairtail stew seemed to wash away all the worries of the world. Water Beetle, the domestic situation was complicated. Back when you went up, wasn't it? Yes. It was complicated. It's such an old story I'm not sure it'll come back to me. Team leader Kong in particular, listen well. It'll help with the investigation. Yes, senior. If the life's work you've been aging to perfection proves helpful to the current investigation, I'll listen and take it to heart gladly. Water Beetle will also fill in what I know during your account. Team leader Kong, do you know who provided the operational funds back then? I've seen in the operational file that American intelligence provided the money. Which specific agency? That's not something you need to know. The source of the money isn't important. America has many intelligence agencies. Anyway, the money came out of American pockets. The selection was ours. They were kept thoroughly separate. Back then we were planning to select 2 or 3 people, and have them stow away to Japan. Stow away? 2 or 3 people? Right, too many isn't good. That's the nature of covert non-exposure activity, isn't it? So you send them to Japan by stowing away? Right, that was the plan. Have them stow away to Japan. Then plant them through Chongrian contacts there, send them to North Korea for sealed training. Then have them come back, that kind of system. But getting from Japan into North Korea wouldn't be easy. That was no problem. How? If you turn yourself in to the Tokyo Metropolitan Police and say, I stowed away from North Korea, Japan would send you right back to North Korea. So there wasn't much to worry about. Turn yourself in and they'd send you to North Korea? That's right. Getting into North Korea was surprisingly easy. Back then the systems were loose. And the intelligence environment was far more primitive than now. Maritime surveillance equipment and monitoring gear wasn't as advanced as today either, was it? That's right. So where did you depart from? Our operatives were posted at every port and airport, weren't they? Yes. They were used as activity bases for emergencies. Back then, if you went to Busan port, there were people crawling all over the place from Jeju, from the south coast, wanting to stow away to Japan and earn money. Crawling all over? Just absolutely crawling. How did you select them? From among those waiting, we'd bring over a few who had sharp, bright eyes and looked like they could get something done. You persuaded them? Right, hey, do you want to do a job and I'll get you to Japan? Everyone was happy to hear it. You could make a fortune in Japan. I see. And then after examining various things we narrowed it down to 2 people. Compressed to 2. I'm learning a great deal hearing about your distinguished secret history, senior. So one of those 2 is Water Beetle right here. Daebom's gaze toward Water Beetle held a slight smile. Water Beetle too, at Sang-tae's words, felt a slight swell of pride, a generous smile at the corner of their lips. Was there a water beetle number 2? Ha ha, that's right. Water beetle number 1, you're number 2. That's how the operational names were assigned. And then we gave operational funds. Very generously. In dollars at that. American intelligence operational funds, they'd have been generous. That's right. Gave a whole bag of dollars. The organization must have had high hopes? Not really. Being the first time, it wasn't even half and half confidence. We'd completely given up expecting anything. Didn't even have 50-50 confidence at first? Right, but after we got water beetle number 1 to Japan by stowing away, they spent all the money and cut off contact. What a rotten so-and-so took the money and just ran. Right, but water beetle number 2 went to Japan thinking, I want to do something for my country. And got to work. Still number 2 paid off? Is this person water beetle number 2? That's right. Water beetle number 2. Water beetle smiled a sheepish smile. This water beetle here worked at a Chongrian company. A relative's company from the same Jeju hometown. There must have been an operational tactic. While working at the company, they criticized and abused Korean affairs to the people there, quite overtly mixing in curses. That worked? Because they came across as a malcontent, it worked. And then they went to visit the Chonglian branch. To the Chonglian branch? That took nerve, right, a lot of nerve. I lived in the South and life was hard. That's why I came all the way to Japan. And then? Living well in Japan for myself is important, but more than that. I want to contribute strength to the work of achieving the kind of unification that reforms Southern society. And then? I want to contribute to the kind of place that makes that rotten South into a paradise on earth, they said. What a well-crafted answer. The response must have been good? A week later there was another ideological test. Those bastards can't crack open their skulls to check what's in there. EP53 ending script. Episode 53 highlights. Room 1407. The reversal. Late night. A rundown apartment building. A skeleton key. Click, the front door opens. Liquor bottles rolling across the floor. Cigarette butts piled in a bowl. A knife blade drawn. Steam-filled bathroom. Behind the plastic shower curtain. A sudden attack. Knife and fist slashing through the air. A fighter's fluid movements. Someone used to combat. Towel wrapped around the knife hand. The attacker swung clean and slammed into the bathtub floor. The one who came to attack was the one who fell. The subway escape. Greatest thrill of this series. Water beetle bursts out into the corridor, a slight limp, the prosthetic leg, rushing toward the subway station, darting through the crowded platform. Like a flash, water beetle leaps onto the train, body almost caught in the closing doors. At the very moment the doors shut, twisting back out, the pursuer trapped inside, hand reaching for the emergency release, the passengers watching, closing it again. The train pulls away, water beetle staring down, the pursuer through the glass. With absolute calm, Sang-tae's call, a sharp instinct. Someone was tailing me today. It's definitely the NIS. The incident the other day. That was my fault. That stingy little man. Not the big man I thought. I'll make a call. Tell them to keep it quiet. Come on, be honest. You and Director Joe have some kind of history, don't you? Sang-tae's instinct, still razor sharp. Jeju silver hairtail. The secret history. A restaurant with floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the river, sizzling Jeju silver hairtail stew. The worries of the world seemed to wash away. Daebom, say hello. This is Water Beetle. How do you do? I'm Team Leader Kong. Team Leader Kong. Daebom. Sang-tae opens up the secret history of Water Beetle's recruitment. The recruitment secret. American intelligence money. A bag full of dollars. Busan port. Crawling with stowaways. Bound for Japan. 2 sharp-eyed candidates. Selected from the crowd. Water Beetle number 1 took all the money and cut all contact. That rotten so-and-so took the money and ran. Water Beetle number 2. This Water Beetle, I want to do something for my country. Infiltrating the Chonglyon headquarters. I lived in the south. And life was hard. That's why I came all the way to Japan. I want to contribute to the cause of liberating the South. A week later, another ideological test. Those bastards can't crack open their skulls to check. Episode 54 preview. Water Beetle passes the ideological test. The road from Chonglyon to North Korea. Team Leader Kong. Daebom's role? Has the wiretap on Director Joe begun? Finalist second Proud Korean Screenplay Competition. Original screenplay, Scorpio. Adapted into the 123 episode epic spy thriller, Beauty Spy War. New Korean episodes every Monday, Wednesday. Korean compilation every Friday. New English episodes every Tuesday, Thursday. English compilation every Saturday. Thank you for watching. EP54 opening script. Finalist second Proud Korean Screenplay Competition. Original screenplay, Scorpio. Adapted into the 123 episode epic spy thriller, Beauty Spy War. Episode 54. Water Beetle, you got the dollar money. Now make it worth something. Episode 53 Recap. Room 1407 Bathroom. The attacker was the one who fell. Prosthetic leg. Slight waddling stride. Train doors closing. Leaping on at the last second. And twisting back out. It's me. Water beetle. It has to be the NIS. That stingy little man, not the big man I thought. Floor-to-ceiling windows, overlooking the river. Jeju silver hairtail stew. Daebomb say hello. This is Water Beetle. A bag full of dollars. Water Beetle number 1. Took the money and ran. Water Beetle number 2. I want to do something. For my country. Chonglian branch infiltration. Those bastards. Can't crack open their skulls to check. Today's episode 54. Water Beetle, sir? Hearing that, sir, attached feels extremely strange. Daebomb's Gyeongsang dialect. Bilingual specialist. The ideological test was just the beginning. When I got there, monstrous torture was waiting for me. There were practice exam questions. I memorized the questions. They drilled into me. To get into North Korea. Is that not the funniest thing? What kind of joke is this? You sound like a thief. Guarding a jewelry store. Sang-tae's razor-sharp humor. Human rights paradise. Come to North Korea. Hitler crying about Jewish human rights. Same thing. Back then I wanted to stuff their mouths in a jar of salted fish. The organization changes people. The dark liver spots rippling on Sang-tae's face. Mangyongbong Ho, Wonsan Pyongyang, and torture was waiting. Team leader Kong, could you hold out your hand for a moment? A small nipper. Ow. What the? Give a warning first. Oh my, I barely touched it, and the fingernail lifted a little. That's what I can't forget. These hands remember. Water Beetle, you're not a double agent. Are you? Water Beetle, like a mouse, touched by electricity. The dollar box. I'm truly grateful. Grateful for life. Water Beetle, you got the dollar money. Now make it worth something. Husband and wife spy team. Emotional guidance training. Emotional guidance? Even the terminology got better. Those spy bastards. Episode 54 begins now. Episode 54. Water Beetle, you got the dollar money. Now make it worth something. It's hard, isn't it? Where is there anything that isn't hard? I have a question. Water Beetle, sir. Daebomb turned his head to look Water Beetle in the eyes and posed his question. Water Beetle, sir? Hearing that, sir, attached feels extremely strange. Water Beetle looked at the earnest Daebomb with a perplexed expression. Then Senior Water Beetle. Senior Water Beetle? That terminology is even funnier, isn't it? What's funny about it? I'm genuinely curious here. Daebom had suddenly switched to Gyeongsang dialect. When you say, "Senior water," it makes me think of the line, "Do you take me for water?" Oh my goodness. Isn't that a line from a movie? What is it? Go ahead and ask. How did you pass the ideological test? Oh my, and just like that I've automatically switched back to Seoul Standard. Ha ha, I speak 2 languages. Gyeongsang dialect and Seoul Standard. The ideological test? That was just the beginning. What do you mean by the beginning? If they made the test too harsh, who would be willing to go to North Korea? Still, they wouldn't just be casual about it, would they? Casual isn't the right word. Strict then? It wasn't exactly strict either. The real thing hit when I got to North Korea. It hit when you got to North Korea? When I got there, monstrous torture was waiting for me. Those cruel bastards. The very ones who spent so much time railing against the South. For having no human rights, they were worse. You shouldn't expect paradise from the start. Did you do any special preparation for the ideological test? Before the North Korea dispatch? There were practice exam questions. Practice exam questions? Come on, where would something like that exist? Ha ha, I'm telling you they existed. No faith in a person's word. If that's true, I'd expect a dog to moo. Daebom felt that what Water Beetle was saying sounded completely absurd. Senior G, did something like that really exist? What's wrong with that? It's not that. I absolutely would never disrespect our seniors from the past. Anyway, I memorized the questions that their operatives drilled into me, like a Cram school tutor. You memorized them, did you? So in the end there was no real problem passing. Did Senior G Sang-tae help with that too? Daebom found it endlessly fascinating that even back then, just like now, leaked exam questions circulated right before the test. What? Something wrong? Not at all. I absolutely would never disrespect our seniors from the past. Anyway, I memorized the questions that their operatives drilled into me. You memorized them? So in the end passing was no real problem. Did they help with that too? Senior G Sang-tae? Daebom found it endlessly fascinating that even back then, just like now, leaked exam questions circulated right before a test. What? Something wrong with that? It's funny, isn't it? Like a Cram school tutor. Unbelievable, but it's undeniable fact. We received Cram school tutoring to get to North Korea. Nothing's easy. This is a joke, but can you imagine the NIS providing Cram school tutoring? Daebom tilted his head in disbelief. Is that not the funniest thing? If they're caught as a southern mole, they'd be killed without a trace. One step from hell with life on the line. Ah no, senior, it was a joke. The way you talk sounds like a thief. Guarding a jewelry store and just lying there. Ha ha, what humor. Senior, you're even more admirable for your razor-sharp wit. Ha, is this comedy award material? It's the best. Back in those days North Korea was spreading enormous amounts of leaflets to the south. About paradise on earth, wasn't it? They spread a lot. You'd wake up and find them piled up in your yard. Wasn't the content too predictable? The content was something to behold. What kind of content was there back then? Human rights paradise. Come to North Korea. Human rights? North Korea emphasized human rights? Of course, when you look at it, there was plenty of Hitler crying about Jewish human rights too. They emphasized human rights back then? Back then the domestic situation was a human rights backwater too. The dark pain of the military dictatorship era. Still, it's funny that North Korea was invoking human rights. Exactly, back then I was young and full of fire. I wanted to grab them and stuff their mouths in a jar of salted fish. You must have had quite a temper back in the day, Senior G. Ah, that's all ancient history. Once you get into the organization, your humanity gets pretty badly corrupted. Occupational hazard, it seems. The organization changes people, doesn't it? Water beetle? Sang-tae smiled sadly, and the large dark liver spots visible below. His eyes rippled in a peculiar way. Still, I did see articles saying there were many northbound returnees. People who didn't know the true reality of North Korea hoped to return. Many victims were created by the sweet propaganda. What good does it do for the northbound returnees to regret after the fact? Even back then they used some kind of test to filter them out, didn't they? Of course they filtered. And then? They put them on the Manjongbong-ho. The Manjongbong-ho? That's right, they came in through Wonsan. And moved toward Pyongyang, apparently. Isn't going toward Pyongyang a good thing? It wasn't good. What was waiting after that was torture. Tremendous amounts of torture, apparently. You must have had a truly terrible time? To what extent? To what extent? Team Leader Kong, could you hold out your hand for a moment? Daebom held out his hand without a second thought. Water Beetle searched in his upper pocket for something, and brought it toward the tip of Daebom's finger. It was a small nipper. A tool for stripping the covering off electrical wire. Pulling off insulation, and easily cutting wire. To what extent? Is that what you asked? Ow. What the hell? Give a warning before you do something like that. Daebom stared at Water Beetle as if he could devour him in pain. Oh my, what a thing. I barely touched it and the fingernail lifted a little. Was going that far really necessary to demonstrate? A little painful? A little? This is no joke. That's what I can't forget. These hands remember. And is that all there was? Electric torture. Baton beatings tremendous amounts. Daebom clenched his back teeth hard, enduring the pain. Sang-tae stared fixedly at Waterbeetle with the smile gone from his face. Had my fingernails and toenails pulled out several times. You went through something brutal? After all that terrible suffering, I came to be stationed at the Moyang Mountain guest house, and thought I'd been blessed. My goodness, you suffered greatly from the torture. Became more or less half disabled. Working in secret service of the nation. Like this, the country should be giving great compensation. Great compensation? I've become someone being chased by the NIS now. By the way, why did you make that mistake? Was it the alcohol? Why did I do that then? Even drunk, that's not a situation for making mistakes. Anyway, I'm sorry. Getting old may be going senile. I'll speak to the director once more on your behalf. Director Joe must be absolutely furious. I'll handle it. That would be appreciated. I have one thing I'm curious about. What is it? The educational methods at the Moyang Mountain guest house at the time. What were they like? What do you mean, what were they like? Is the spy training sealed education? Or partially sealed? It's important. Please tell me. Hey Waterbeetle. Come on and tell us. That's a bit. Hey, what is it? Is it sealed education? I wouldn't really know. You don't know? If someone who was at the guest house doesn't know, then who on earth would? Elder brother, just being there doesn't mean you know everything. This person, you did mention a bit about the operational scale of the guest house and the education program last time. Didn't you? Can't we just trust that? For now, please trust what was covered in the investigation. You're someone who came from deep inside. You have a need and an obligation to actively reveal the information you know. Yes. That's right. You said last time that the children of agents dispatched south had come up too. So please give us as much information as you can for our Republic of Korea. Yes. I understand that well. What's the reason you're not doing it? Is it money? Is the money the state gives not enough? It's not that most of what I know I've already testified about, and some things I felt might not be accurate. So I wasn't able to share them. That kind of intelligence is fine too. Anything. When something comes to mind, I'll let you know. When intelligence comes in, classifying it and approaching the facts to verify them. That's our NIS's job. Don't worry. If the intelligence is wrong, won't the information be wrong too? Naturally. I've heard stories about people who gave wrong intelligence in the past. getting branded as spies and going to prison for wasting intelligence resources. Who said something like that? Tell me who. When fighting the world wars, there was a lot of disinformation, where bad intelligence led countries to lose wars, wasn't there? There were cases like that. If I got caught up in that kind of misunderstanding and wasted national budget, and put NIS operatives through difficulty and danger, who takes responsibility for that? That's what's called GIU, unfounded worry. Unfounded worry? That's right, unfounded worry. Worrying about where to escape if the sky collapses. It means pointless worry. That's not what I meant. I know. The history of world intelligence is a spy war. To eat or be eaten, that's what matters. You've heard the story. A senior GRU officer who secretly made contact with the American CIA and British MI6 became a double agent, and was caught by the KGB on suspicion of espionage while passing strategic secrets. Yes, I've heard stories about spies like that. Sending spies to crack secret cipher systems. Recruiting spies, all of it was work done for the nation. It's a business full of thrills. Thrills? That blood-draining intelligence war is continuing right now. And will continue forever. Daebom nodded, listening to Senior G. Sang-tae's words. During World War II there was all this cipher warfare, and so on. Enormous national power was consumed. Countries were staggered, because the outcome of the war depended on it. It's important? Water beetle, didn't I say so last time? Your identity is something we guarantee and protect. Even if there's some negative impact on our organization, we'll believe in you and help you first. You did say that. Water beetle, are you by any chance a double agent? Ah, no, a double agent? That's absolutely not the case. If you think that, elder brother, I'm deeply hurt. At the term double agent, Water Beetle startled like a mouse. Touched by electricity, breath going slightly short. When the nation sent you to that difficult land of death, your resolve was tremendous, wasn't it? The dollar box, I'm truly grateful for that. I used it well through difficult times. I carry gratitude in my heart for life. Then cooperate. You know you went through a thorough investigation when you came back south. Yes. Back then things didn't come to mind, but as time has passed, things flash to mind now and then. There are times like that. That's what I'm asking you to tell us. Anything. Yes. Elder brother. Is the Moyang Mountain Guest House strict sealed training, where people on either side don't know each other? That varied a little depending on the program, the subjects. There was flexibility? In spy training? Most are strictly separated. What are the exceptions? For example, when they were sending down husband and wife spy teams. That was an exception. Husband and wife spy teams? Yes. They're supposed to be a couple after all. Being awkward with each other wouldn't work. So, at the end they allow a little communication to build intimacy. Is that so? North Korea's tactics for creating husband and wife spy teams have changed a lot more than I'd heard. Those bastards have brains too, they think about things. Getting caught or not getting caught, that starts from subtle little clues. Anyway, they provide emotional guidance to make them warm and close. Emotional guidance? Even the terminology got better, those spy bastards. EP54 ending script. Episode 54 highlights. Bilingual specialist. Gyeongsang dialect. Water beetle, sir? Hearing, sir, attached. Feels extremely strange. Daebom suddenly. Switching to Gyeongsang dialect. What's funny about it? I'm genuinely curious here. Ha ha, I speak 2 languages. Gyeongsang dialect. And Seoul Standard. Practice exam questions. Irony of history. The ideological test was just the beginning. Practice exam questions. They existed. If that's true, I'd expect a dog to moo. I memorized the questions. They drilled into me to prepare for North Korea. Is that not the funniest thing? You sound like a thief guarding a jewelry store. Sang-tae's razor wit. The master of the cutting one-liner. North Korean leaflets. Irony of history. Human rights paradise. Come to North Korea. Even Hitler cried about Jewish human rights. Same kind of thing. Back then I was young and full of fire. I wanted to stuff their mouths in a jar of salted fish. The organization changes people. Dark liver spots rippling on Sang-tae's sad quiet smile. The nipper. Heart of episode 54. Team leader Kong. Hold out your hand. For a moment. Daebom extending his hand. Without a second thought. A small nipper. Ow. What the? Give a warning. Before you do that. Oh my. I barely touched it. And the fingernail. Lifted a little. A little. That's no joke. That's what I can't forget. These hands remember. Electric torture. Baton beatings. Fingernails and toenails. Pulled out repeatedly. Daebom grinding. His back teeth. In silent pain. Double agent? Sang-tae tests. Water beetle. You're not a double agent. Are you? Water beetle. Like a mouse. Touched by electricity. Breath suddenly short. Absolutely not. If you think that, I'm deeply hurt. The dollar box. I used it well. In those hard times. Grateful for life. Water beetle. You got the dollar money. Now make it worth something. Husband and wife spy team. Cliffhanger. Is Moyang Mountain Guest house. Strict sealed training? Mostly strictly separated. What are the exceptions? When they send down husband and wife spy teams. That's the exception. Husband and wife spy teams? They're supposed to be a couple after all. They can't be awkward with each other. They allow a little communication at the end to build intimacy, emotional guidance, to make them warm and close. Emotional guidance? Even the terminology got better. Those spy bastards. Episode 55 preview. The truth behind water beetles information. Who are the husband and wife spy team? What is emotional guidance? The secrets of sealed training revealed. Finalist second Proud Korean Screenplay Competition. Original screenplay, Scorpio, adapted into the 123 episode. Epic spy thriller, Beauty Spy War. New Korean episodes every Monday, Wednesday. Korean compilation every Friday. New English episodes every Tuesday, Thursday. English compilation every Saturday. Thank you for watching.